What's up, podcast? I need to find a place to put this mic. This is always the hardest part of starting a podcast. You have to be like strategic. Hold on. You have to be like strategic where you put it because you don't want it to be like rubbing on stuff because then it makes the sound just be like, shh, you know, like it's not good. About to have a grind day myself. I got a lot to do. I got to film this podcast. I'm going to go film a vlog after this in Costa Mesa, which is like 30 minutes away from me. And then I'm gonna have work from like 2:30 to 8:30 after that. I have to close my work. Right now it's like 6:30 in the morning. Actually, it's probably closer to 7 now. But yeah, we got a long day. We got a day of grinding, which is a good thing. So yeah, it's always good to have stuff to do. I like having stuff to do. So it's better than having nothing, in my opinion. I want to do this podcast and have like less cuts in it. I feel like I have like hella cuts in it in all of the podcasts so far. But I find myself saying like a bunch of times throughout the podcast. So I just kind of cut it out, and I want it to be super authentic. That's like something that I've wanted for this podcast the whole entire time. So I'm going to try and make it a little bit less cut. I feel like that would be better, especially because it's a podcast. Like, people just listen to it doing whatever they want to do. It's not like they really care if it's fast paced and stuff like that. So yeah, today I just wanted to talk about like if money buys happiness, because I know that's like a big debate throughout a lot of people. There's like a podcast called Money Buys Happiness, which that one's really good. Shout out to that podcast. I always catch myself like running out of breath too, because I just ramble on forever and ever and ever. I don't know. I also like am still working on my breath work for the day because I like pretty much just woke up about, I don't know, not an hour ago, probably like 30-40 minutes ago. Literally woke up, set up the camera. Obviously I brushed my teeth, made a coffee. You guys already know. What do you guys think? I'm not gonna have my coffee this morning. Yeah, made a coffee, and now we're here filming this podcast. So I have to turn off my AC every time I film, and I always forget. So I'm gonna go do that real quick. How many people watching this got sick over Christmas? Because I got so sick. I mean, when this is coming out, it's February now, I think, but yeah, I got sick during Christmas. You guys saw that vlog, and it was absolutely kicking my ass. Like the whole time, I pretty much got better like a week and a half ago, and I'm still dealing with a little bit of drainage. I don't know, it could be better. It's not like I'm feeling like shit anymore and I'm nauseous, because I was, and I feel good now. Like I'm able to go out and do stuff and not just lay in my bed all day, you know, feeling like a sack of shit. One thing that I did while I was sick, which is kind of something that I don't really leave enough time for during my day, is I was able to like brainstorm and, you know, just think about where I want to go with, you know, my life in the next year, because obviously I got sick at the end of 2024. Right now it's 2025, start of a whole new 12-month year, and there's a lot of things that can happen in a year. Like literally your life can change in a year. Less than a year, your life can change. So kind of was just plotting on some stuff that I want to really focus on, which number one is, I guess I already did my goals video, but you know, number one, I'll just, you know, keep continuing to do content. It's funny, in my goals video, I was like, I want to hit 10K by the end of the year, and I literally hit that like 13 days after the year started. So we're almost at 15K actually when I'm filming this. We're probably going to be at 15K. We're definitely going to be at 15K actually. Yeah, we're like 40 away from 15K right now. Focus, come on, focus. There we go, 14,960 subs. So yeah, we're getting close to 15K. Absolutely crazy what one video can do to your channel. Climbing the mountain to 100K right now. That's where I'm at. And anyway, yeah, so basically what I wanted to do this year is, you know, really focus on posting consistently with my content, because I feel like I do start every year off like really good. I have a good schedule, not even a schedule, I just like really post a lot. This year, something that's keeping me more intact is having a schedule. Like I post on Mondays, Fridays, and then I'll post one short a week, which is, that's a lot for me right now. Like as you guys know, I edit all my videos, like nothing's delegated for my channel. I do everything. I make the thumbnails, I film myself, I edit every video, I do everything, like even for my shorts. So like a 1 minute long short took me like 2 hours, 2.5 hours to edit. People wouldn't think that behind the scenes. They wouldn't think that a minute long video takes 2 hours to edit, but there's just a lot of things you have to do to make it, you know, interesting and have the retention stay the whole way. But yeah, basically want to keep learning, get better at content, stay on my schedule, stay consistent. Another thing that I like with my schedule is I'm like a week and a half in advance for my videos at all times pretty much, because I film the week before and then I post it like a week later. Like I'll film my vlogs on Monday and then I'll post them the next Monday. But also if I get ahead of myself, then I'll, you know, film a vlog on Monday, edit it on Tuesday, and then it's scheduled for Monday, like the next Monday. And then, you know, Wednesday or Thursday, if I have another idea or if something comes up, then I'll film that then, and then I'll be like 2 weeks ahead. So it's really nice having a schedule. I used to just, you know, film and then upload as soon as I can. Like I'd film it and then edit it that day, get it up the next day. Process repeats, and it kind of gets stressful. Like having a schedule where it's like, this is when I post, this is when I film, this is when I edit is like really helping me. And also I feel like gives your audience a good sense of when you're gonna be uploading, which is always good. You know, they wanna know when you're uploading. That's that on the content side of things. I never set a net worth goal because I don't know, like money's kind of weird to talk about on the internet. I wasn't really gonna do that, but I have a good net worth goal for myself. I think in the goals video, I said I want to increase my net worth. I just didn't say a number. I have a number in mind, but I just didn't want to say it because obviously talking about money on the internet's a little bit weird, even though that's the podcast title of this. Here's a little span to reflect, okay? If you're watching this, reflect on your goals for the year so far. Are you on task? Like if you said you want to have this by the end of the year, or you want to do this by the end of the year, are you taking the steps necessary to be there? It's the beginning of February if you're watching this right now, like when it's posted. 1/12 of the year is done, so have you done like 1/12 of your goal? You know what I'm saying? Like so you can get to the jackpot at the end that your goal was. Hopefully I'm explaining that right. Hopefully you guys can understand that. Also, doing end of the month evaluations is like fun because you can see how hard you worked and like you can see what paid off, what didn't, what to do better at, you know, all these things. And for me personally, I am on my goals and I'm really proud of that, honestly. Like I didn't miss a single upload in all of January, even when it got like really tight. Like it would be like 2 days and I didn't have a video and it was just really stressful. I had to come up with something and then edit it the next day. And then I would also have work and I have to manage time to see friends too because I want to keep my relationship strong. I was able to stay on top of it and prioritize, you know, what needs to be prioritized. Another goal that I had besides content that I'm staying up on is my book goal. I wanted to read 24 books this year, like 2 a month. So I'm pretty much almost done with my second book of the year. Super fire book. It's right over here. Let me grab this real quick just to show you guys. I think I showed it in the last podcast, but don't believe everything you think. Super fire book. I explained a little bit in the last podcast, which the last one did pretty good. It's got like 1,000 views. I should have started this podcast a long time ago, like a long time ago. It's pretty crazy because a lot of you guys are liking it. The title and thumbnails are always really good, which I feel like, you know, obviously boost engagement. If you're new to YouTube, definitely edit your own videos. When I'm filming a video, I can literally think of, oh, I'm gonna edit this in here. Like I'll say something and be like, bet, I'm gonna do this edit there. And then it'll be like a mental note and then I'll just do it. It's super natural. So I know it seems like really intimidating at first, but I literally learned how to edit when I was like 12 on iMovie. So if I can do it when I'm 12, anybody can do it. Everything's on YouTube. You can look up any tutorial on YouTube for like every software. It's literally out there for free. YouTube University, the best university there is, literally better than anything else. It's so crazy that nowadays we can like turn on our phone or get our laptop and just go on YouTube, search up any question we have, or even like Chat GPT now. Literally for all the youngsters watching this, let me pull up a BlackBerry phone, just a picture of it for you guys. Look at this. Look at this phone. This is what we were dealing with. It looks like a calculator. This was the phone that everybody had instead of iPhones. I swear, it was like that or a flip phone pretty much. That's so funny. It's actually crazy like how far we've come in, I don't know, less than 20 years. So crazy. But yeah, hopefully everybody is staying on top of their goals and not pushing it off because I feel like a lot of people, including myself in the past, have been like, oh, I got this goal for the year, but then they push it off like a couple months and then all of a sudden it's like June and you only have like half a year left to do the goal. And yeah, it just gets a little stressful and then it's like not even obtainable. Just literally think about it. How fast did 2024 go for you? For me, that shit like flew. I'm not gonna lie, that went really quick for me. Time just flies by, like literally. I don't know, time flies by, but also like 2017, 2018, 2019 felt like so long ago. Like at the same time, even though that wasn't too long ago, it was literally like less than 5 years ago. Like I can think of the memories then and it feels like yesterday, but at the same time, it also feels like a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And it wasn't even that long ago if you think about it. Another thing of thinking about the past, I just realized the ambiance in the background is so bad. I have like my camera bags and everything. Oh my God, that's not good. But so much has changed since 2019 for me. It's actually so crazy. I was a freshman in high school in 2019. I had a whole different group of friends, completely different group of friends. Like I didn't know anybody here obviously yet. I don't even live in the same state nor like the same area in the country. It is so different than California. Like it literally feels like a whole different country here. It does not feel the same at all. People are totally different. The environment's totally different. Lifestyle's completely different. Everything is so different here. It's crazy. I didn't like to read books. That's like a little thing. I was an athlete. I was playing baseball. I was not lifting then, actually, now that I think about it. I think I started in 2021, which, yeah, so like 4 years ago, which I've been consistent the whole time. It's crazy going home and going to my original home gym that I did whenever I went home. And you just can tell like who's been consistent. People physically look different and seeing the same people there still working. It's honestly like dang, that's pretty cool. And you can see the people who fell off as well, and it's like, dang. Can proudly say I've been consistent for like 4 straight years, like basically going every single day for 4 years. Crazy. Literally the only thing that has stuck from 2019 to now is me doing YouTube. Like literally that's the only thing I can think of. Nothing else has stuck. Even the little things, like my style's changed, my hair's changed like 3 times. Shout out to the long hair. Remember when I had long hair? That was crazy. That was a crazy era. I feel like everybody's in their buzz cut era now, but I literally would look so bad with a buzz cut. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna get to the topic of this video. The other day, somebody commented on one of my podcasts and was like, I was watching for 5 minutes, but the only thing you were talking about was, you know, personal stories and the LA fires and all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, it's a podcast. Like, I'm not just gonna talk about this the whole podcast. I'm gonna talk about a whole different things that are on my mind, which coming into this, I had no idea what I was gonna film, like, and talk about. I was thinking for basically 2 days now, like two nights ago, I was like, okay, I have some time. I'm gonna try and think of ideas to film the podcast, because usually on Thursdays, I schedule what I'm gonna film throughout the week and all this stuff. Today's Thursday, I ended up doing that last night. I couldn't think of a podcast idea to film for basically 2 days now, and now I'm here. Didn't even have an idea this morning of what I was gonna film. I'm just literally going at this like completely unprepared. I have no anything around me that shows like notes of what to talk about. No laptop, which you guys see I normally have. Nothing. I literally just have this camera. So yeah, if you're new, this podcast is going to be me like rambling for a good decent amount of it, and then I'll get into the topic of the podcast. Like I'm not just going to skip over the topic. But anyway, getting to the topic now, does money buy happiness? I feel like this is a question that like everybody has their own opinion to, and I have my own opinion as well. You see, I'm stuck. A part of me is like, no, it doesn't buy happiness, but another part of me is like low-key it does buy happiness. I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like I'm like torn. I don't know. And one thing that I've been learning from this book here is that it kind of just depends on your values, not gonna lie. The best part is realizing like it's about to happen, you know? What's the best part of going out with friends? The pregame. That's the best part, easily. That's 100% the best part, you know? When you're just like chilling with your boys and you're just, you know, down in beers, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm 20, I don't drink. I've never had to drink alcohol before. I don't even know what alcohol is actually. I don't know what that is. Okay, but no, on a real note, actually to like get into that little example, that's the best part, you know? Nobody's shitty yet. Everybody's just getting a little buzz on drinking, having a fun time with their boys, just having a good time, you know? Haven't even gone out yet, but the conversations you're having with your boys, the memories are like, that's what the best part is. I love nice things, and I hate that that gets shamed. I hate that people are like, oh, you like materialistic nice things like cars and all this stuff. I don't think that's bad either. I feel like, you know, you can like nice things, or you can like, you know, not basic things, but like more common things. Living in the moment, and it's a great time. You're experiencing the process of building something that's gaining you financial freedom, and you know, you're just growing your network, you're seeing the numbers go up, and then you splash on a watch. We'll just say that for the example. You splash on a watch, and yeah, I don't know, it's a good feeling. Obviously you're like, dang, like I earned this, I accomplished this. Money doesn't buy happiness in that sense, I don't think. It just buys something that you want. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's not like something that's gonna make you happy for like the long term. It's just like something that you want to have and possess. My values, if you're thinking of memories or spoiling people or anything along those lines, I feel like money does buy happiness, because memories are something that you'll never forget. It's pretty crazy. Like you think of the happiest people, and it's the people who spend their money on other people that make them find joy. I feel like, you know, I'm not saying don't splash on yourself, because whenever I start running it up, I'm telling you, I will splash on myself, and I'll get some flashy things because I like flashy. I have a couple friends of mine that have been with me for the long run. As much as I vocally tell them how much I appreciate them, I just wish I could like physically, what's mine is yours type of vibe. So for me, that's kind of why money does buy happiness, low key. It's just kind of my values. It's not because I want to get myself 25 watches. It's just one of my values that I want to be able to like splurge on people more. Like I want to be able to take my mom out and surprise her with a bunch of stuff. I'm about to say the stupidest example ever, but Steve will do it. He gives people watches all the time and like cars all the time. And it's just like, you can see the excitement on Steve will do its face whenever he does that. You can just see he loves doing it and making people's days, trying to get to that point. That's where it is for me. And for my values, money does buy happiness to an extent. Like to an extent it does. I feel like a lot of people say it doesn't buy happiness because they kind of just think of that as, oh, I have this number in my bank account, and then I look at my bank account and I'm literally smiling because I see the number. No. Obviously, more money will take away the stress of not having money, but it'll also, bring stress on not wanting to lose the money. I think money does buy happiness to an extent, but also like not literally. That's kind of my way of thinking about it. I've been sipping on the same coffee for so long, it's been getting cold. I tried to make a coffee in my Ninja Creamy this morning and it was so bad. I didn't put any like sweetener in it, so it just tasted like black coffee. I didn't even drink it or eat it. I didn't even eat it. I put it on the milkshake setting for the first time and it was like cool, but it was a little too icy and it literally tasted like straight bitterness. Not good. Speaking of finer things in cars, I'm gonna end this podcast here because I gotta go film my vlog. I have work in like 6 hours or so and I want to get a lift on before my work too because you got to prioritize your health over everything as well. So I'm going to go film that vlog. Make sure you guys are looking out for that because that video is going to be fire. If you like cars, you'll love that video. There's like a whole bunch of cars. There's a couple places in my area that are supercar dealerships, which is like another thing that I love about where I live is there's just nicer things everywhere. We got West Coast Exotics. We got IUSO, which is the one that I'm going to today. ILUSO, something like that. I don't know. If we're at 15K by the time this comes out, thank you guys, really appreciate it. Shout out to you guys are the best. This is actually crazy. Like my sub count has been going ridiculous at the beginning of this year. I would never have imagined that I would be gaining 1,000 by the pretty much week, less than a week. I gained like 1,000 subs the other day. But yeah, thanks for the support. Make sure you guys are liking the video and subscribing. Share this video with somebody who would like it because obviously I know that a lot of people like podcasts right now. It's kind of a trend. I'm gonna go look at some cool cars now. Peace.